About 50 members of the Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament are gathered at the Eastern Cape provincial legislature to discuss some of the very pressing issues that affect children in the country. They are looking at things like cyberbullying, as well as the inclusion of children in the policy making in this particular country. We are now going to speak to one of the outgoing leaders of this Children's Parliament, Anna Tego from Mpumalanga. Thank you very much for your time. Please just tell me, as a leader in the Children's Parliament, what were your observations in your times as a leader here?
Well, thank you for the opportunity and thank you for having me. Well, during my time as a leader, I've noticed that we have been raising issues consistently. So the issues that we kept on raising were issues raised by the previous parliamentarians. I'm talking about the likes of child participation. Even today we're still fighting for the inclusion of children in policy making, the inclusion of children in certain spheres. For instance, we have the issue. I'm talking about the inclusion of children in certain spheres. We want children ministries within the national level of governance. We want children to not be in the Department of Social Development alone. Why? Because the Department of Social Development is not only focusing on children, but then it has many sectors within it. We want the ministers, we want all the officials of the government to be here with us to take the parliament seriously, listen to our concerns, since we are influencing child participation.
And when you're looking at the current South Africa that we are living in as a child yourself, what do you think needs to be improved, or what do you think children are being faced with that they shouldn't be facing, and you think that needs to improve and be better?
We are facing the issue of gender-based violence, within our homes, the issue of femicide. Children are being killed on a daily basis, and that can be traumatizing, For instance, knowing that there are thousands of children being killed yearly, and I'm a child myself, it actually stresses me because, showcase, I don't know if I'm safe as a child, going out there, I fear for my life every day. I feel like we need to, the system need to strengthen the security system. The safety of the children should be prioritized too.
All right, thank you very much for your time. That is Anna Tego, who is one of the outgoing leaders of the Children's Parliament. We're being joined now by another one who is going to be incoming into the position that was being held by Anna Tego. Thank you very much for your time. What's your name, and what are some of the things that you think you are bringing into this particular office?
So my name is Ketue Chabalala, and I think I'm bringing the leadership that is actually needed in South Africa as a country. I think as an upcoming child ambassador, I'm bringing the required necessary skills. I'm equipping myself with the necessary skills to actually lead this country one day.
And particularly when we're looking at issues that are facing children in the country, we're looking at teenage pregnancy, we're looking at cyberbullying, and a lot of others like poverty and crime. What do you think are ones that speak to you personally, or maybe that you think are pressing apex in terms of the list of challenges that we're facing?
For me, honestly speaking, I would go with the commission that I'm actually interested in right now. I think I would be talking about climate change. I know most of the people would say we have to be protecting children, but I think climate change is actually the umbrella of other violences, because if we fix the climate change, the level of other violences to children would actually be reduced.
And when you're looking at the inclusion of children in decision making in terms of climate change, and as well as the action taken by government in addressing issues of climate change, do you think we're heading anywhere?
To be quite honest with you, I think our government is doing quite enough, because our government is also included in the COP20. Our government is included in the climate webinar, but I feel we still need child participation in public spaces. We need in decision making in the parliament, we still need child inclusion and child participation, because the government cannot be making decisions that include children but without children. So this is what we're fighting for.
Thank you very much for your time. That's one of the coming leaders of the Children's Parliament, saying that she's looking into, climate change and the inclusion of children in decision or policy making insofar as climate change, as well as, the inclusion of children in bringing about awareness in various other, challenges that they face, like teenage pregnancy and cyberbullying, among many others. And for now, it's back to you in studio.